The mad rush to build data centers is sparking a massive boom in tax breaks, and this is because legislators across the country doling out billions in sales tax exemptions to try to attract some very big tech companies. Well, there's no question the tax incentives are luring those businesses. There's a big debate over whether it's a fair trade. Pippa Stevens is here with more. Is it a fair trade? Who's winning, who's losing?
Well, Andrew, so we found that in just the past 5 years, 16 states have handed over almost $6 billion in data center tax breaks, arguing the incentives create jobs and spark economic growth. But not everyone is convinced. Here's the story.
Should states hand multi-billion-dollar tax breaks to the largest tech companies in America?
They attract investments that wouldn't otherwise have come there.
The answer depends on who you ask.
Does big tech deserve these subsidies?
I don't think they do.
Here's how it works. A big tech company agrees to build a data center in a specific state, promising economic growth, jobs, and revenue. In exchange, that state says it will not charge sales tax on equipment like computers, wires, and air conditioning units. A CNBC analysis found 42 states give a full or partial sales tax exemption to data centers, or have no state sales tax. And only 16 of the 37 states with data center tax breaks have reported or estimated the total amount they've granted. Only Illinois, Missouri, Nevada, and Washington break down the data by recipient. For instance, CNBC found that one Microsoft data center in Illinois received more than $38 million in tax breaks, but created just 20 permanent jobs. Microsoft declined to comment on the project. Greg Leroy, the executive director of Good Jobs First, a research group on economic development, says the tax breaks benefit big tech's shareholders.
The truth is, these are warehouses full of computers, right? They're using a lot of land, sucking up a lot of electricity, generating very few permanent jobs.
That's not how Steve Del Bianco sees it. He's lobbied for data center tax breaks on behalf of big tech.
Many of these big tech companies are worth more than $1 trillion. Why are they being offered these generous subsidies?
It's going to generate tremendous income during construction. It builds an entire ecosystem of contractors that know how to build and maintain and operate data centers.
Virginia is often called the data center capital of the world. Took a closer look at the data center sales exemption, finding it provided a, quote, moderate economic benefit. That said, the state only recoups about 48 cents for every dollar it forgoes in sales tax. Additionally, while data centers create thousands of jobs, most are temporary construction positions, not permanent. Of the big tech companies we contacted, Microsoft, Google, Meta, and Amazon said they follow all disclosure requirements on incentives and work with the local community around their data centers. Apple, Oracle, and OpenAI did not respond to repeated requests for comment. For more, go to cnbc.com/data center tax breaks. Guys?
This has been like ongoing debate about so many industries, and other industries receive sales tax exemptions. It's not like the first time this has ever happened. So the question is whether data centers should somehow be considered differently.
Yeah, so this is definitely not a novel policy, and it's something states have used forever to compete, and there are many industries. But I think the issue here is that data centers are a little bit different, particularly when you look at that jobs creation profile. So a Virginia audit found that a 250,000 square foot data center might have just 50 permanent jobs, half of which are contractors. And so that's well below, a comparable like auto plant or a distribution center. And then there's also concerns about the strain they put on local infrastructure, particularly energy. Of course, they use a whole lot of power. And so the concern here is that it will then raise power prices for consumers.